Ladies and gentlemen, my purpose today is not to tell you where I found these valuable insights but to share with you the power they hold to change your life, should you choose to embrace them. The path to personal growth is often strewn with obstacles, but by taking action now, you can transform your life and find a new level of happiness and fulfillment. Imagine for a moment that your life is a complex puzzle. You might be dealing with unresolved issues from your past, struggling with anxiety and negative emotions, or feeling overwhelmed by self-doubt. These pieces of your puzzle can make life feel like an unsolvable riddle, leaving you with a sense of unease. The journey to personal growth begins with addressing those unresolved issues. Just as you wouldn't attempt to solve a puzzle with missing pieces, you can't find peace if you're burdened by the past. Start by sitting down and writing about the unresolved issues in your life. This simple act of putting your thoughts on paper can significantly reduce the stress that you carry with you. But addressing the past is just the beginning. You must also look to the future. If you're uncertain about where you're going or why, that uncertainty will keep you in a state of chronic stress. Picture your future as a destination on a map. To get there, you need a clear strategy. What steps will you take to reach that destination? Write them down and create a plan for yourself. Now, you may be thinking, I'm prone to negative emotions, and I can't simply change overnight. You're right, it's not an instant transformation. However, there are steps you can take to shift your temperament. Conscientious conduct, marked by orderliness and industriousness, has a remarkable effect on reducing negative emotions. By organizing your immediate environment and working hard to secure a stable future, you create a buffer against stress and anxiety. Excessive self-consciousness is another emotional pitfall that many of us fall into. The more we focus on ourselves, the more miserable we become. You can't escape this trap by trying to think less about yourself. The solution is counterintuitive: shift your focus to others. Think about how you can put people at ease and be of service to those around you. This shift will lift the weight of self-centered concerns from your shoulders. Now, let's talk about those tasks you've been avoiding. Imagine them as the dragon guarding your path to growth. This dragon may seem intimidating, but the first step is to face it head-on. Make a list of all the things you're afraid of and avoiding. Break them down into manageable pieces and develop an incremental approach. For each task, create a strategy for exposure. Sometimes, all it takes is a brief glance at the problem to realize it's not as terrifying as you once thought. But what if your anxiety and depression are not solely psychological? It's essential to consider that physiological issues, such as inflammation or autoimmune problems, could be contributing to your emotional distress. Don't jump to conclusions about the nature of your issues. Seek medical help and explore potential underlying causes. In your pursuit of well-being, don't underestimate the power of dietary alterations. Research suggests that ketogenic and carnivorous diets can have a positive impact on both physical and psychological disorders. It's worth investigating how your diet may be linked to your emotional well-being. The takeaway here is that the reasons behind your misery might be more complex than you initially thought. It's not merely a matter of psychological issues, it could be rooted in your physical health. Take a holistic approach to address both aspects and be open to exploring various solutions. Now, let me remind you of the critical lessons we've discussed today. Address your past and future, organize your life through conscientious conduct, shift your focus from self to others, face your fears incrementally, and be open to the idea that your emotional distress may have a physiological basis. Seek medical help if needed and explore dietary alterations. Remember, the journey to personal growth is not a sprint but a marathon. Each small step you take brings you closer to a more fulfilling and less anxious life. Don't delay, take action now. As you progress on this path, you will find that the pieces of your life's puzzle start to fit together, and a clearer picture emerges. Embrace these lessons, and you will discover a newfound sense of purpose, well-being, and happiness.
Before you go, help us by smashing that YouTube like button. And subscribe to this channel, so you won't miss any of our videos. This shows YouTube algorithm that you value our information. And it helps us spread the message. Sharing is caring.